Bonjour, today I want to talk about leveling on Mage and specifically during the campaign, because there is going to be a new mastery called the Runemaster coming out, as you guys know, during patch 9.2, and I just wanted to make like a quick video on what's the best leveling build for any mage, no matter which mastery you pick up. This is going to be a glacier build. A lot of people know about this build already, but this is the most efficient, the best way, no matter which mastery you pick, to level up a mage. From a glacier, how it works: small explosion, medium explosion, big explosion. We want to scale the big explosion, so it costs a lot of mana, as you can see. That's why we use Mana Strike to gain back our mana. And then we are going to use Flame Ward whenever there is danger, like too many mobs, a boss that is going to deal a lot of damage. And you're never gonna die during Flame Ward. How do you spec your skills? So those are the only 3 skills that you need to spec. The other 2 slots, you're free to do whatever you want with them. So Glacier, you put 2 points here, 1 point here, 2 point here, then 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Basically, you prioritize this node to get a bit more single target on bosses and on rares. And you're gonna go down here, here, and here, and then you're gonna max this node right here. Then on Mana Strike, you're gonna grab Mana Gain, max out Mana Gain also here, grab those 2 points here, then max out this, and probably then the attack speed and the area. On Flame Ward, you want to rush for the +1 to charges. You can also get +1 to charges on equipment. So if you get like a +1 to charges, instantly equip the equipment. And then you have a choice: do you want more duration or do you want less damage taken? So you have less damage taken on hit and less elemental damage here. And this makes it, if you max it out, instead of lasting 3 seconds, your Flame Ward is gonna last 4 seconds. It's also gonna cost a bit less mana. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And then I have like teleport skill here, just to give me like some buffs: cold res, armor, fire lightning res. This is not required for the build. This makes the buff last longer. Then in the passive tree, we know from the patch notes that there are some nerfs to it. And I'm gonna get there in a few moments. But this node right here is the most important one for leveling Glacier, because every 3 seconds you're gonna use Glacier and profit from this node, which is going to grant Glacier 200% increased damage. So that's really huge, especially early on. Like you see at 15 point already, I have like 200%. This is insane. And the other nodes, not really like, they are not key nodes. You can put like whatever you want. I think this one is kind of nice because it gives attack speed and cast speed, plus cooldown recovery speed for teleport. So you attack faster with Mana Strike and you cast Glacier faster. You can scale that both at the same time. Then in Sorcerer, there is this node right here that gives Cold Pen a lot, actually, plus Cold Leech, which is really important if you want to get max health all the time. But there is another solution to get a Leech on this build during leveling. Apparently they nerfed this node to the ground. Now it's not max mana, it's current mana, and you can only have 5 points. So basically before, you see I have 120 mana. Whenever I casted Glacier, I would get 120 ward every single time. Now it's depending not on max mana, but current mana, and it's divided by 2. So probably if you have a lot of mana, like 300, 400, there is some value in picking those points because it gives like extra layer defense. But yeah. Also this node right here, after 5 points, every single point of intelligence is going to grant you 3 spell crit chance. So this is really good value for free. And then those are like generic increased damage, increased damage. This one is also increased damage. Yeah, nothing really fancy here. So yeah, what about the items? So you always want to wear a staff, very important. And the implicit for spell damage is the most important stat on the item, more than the affix themselves. You want to get the best base for your level. Every single level, you should check like what's the best staff for you. So this one has plus 33 to spell damage. And then on affix, you want increase damage, so increase spell damage, increase cold damage, and increase elemental damage. There's also this relic early on that is kind of cool because it gives plus 2 to plus 3 spell damage. And even at, like, for a level 29 staff, it's probably like 7-8% of all damage alone, without any stat on the item. Another thing, you have a choice early on in campaign, at chapter 2, between two uniques. So there's this one. This is more for min-maxing damage, but it is very tricky to use. And there is gloves that give you leech rate, and elemental res. I highly recommend going for the gloves. This is just like for speedrunning purposes. And if you pick up this amulet, how you use it is that you want the last hit, see, the big hit to hit the enemy, not the first one, because if it's the first one, it's going to proc the crit, and the second and third one are not going to get crit. So see, boom, crit, and then no crit after. How you get them? Really simple. Chapter 2, you get to the council chamber, you go on the left, go to Urza's library, you do the quest here, then you come back to the council chamber, and then on the left of the town, there's going to be two NPCs that have a question mark above their head. There's going to be the gambler, which has a dice above his head, and there's going to be an NPC on his left. You want to talk to the NPC on his left and not the gambler. The NPC on his left is going to give you the gloves, and the gambler is going to give you the amulet. With Runemaster also, you can really easily play this build. You can replace, for example, this ability here by, was it Runic Invocation? It allows you to generate the runes with your Mana Strike, your Glacier, and your Flame Ward. And then you can use those runes whenever you want to get like some extra abilities out of the build. I think that's really cool. Depending on like what are the combination doing, I think there are some that are going to be useful. And also a quick note on Spellblade. Yeah, you don't even touch the Spellblade tree. Just go in the Sorcerer tree and probably the Runemaster tree. There's probably going to be like interesting stuff there. Yeah, because Runemaster is also like spell based mastery. So that's pretty much it for Mage leveling. If you have any question, please feel free to tell me them in the comment section. I'm going to be also streaming for the release of 9.2. I have a lot of leveling guides on Maxwell. I'm going to post also a Runemaster leveling guide. And yeah, see you guys for the patch. Bye-bye.